Hello everybody, welcome back to Cape Rugby TV. Wednesdays at 9 o'clock. We're live to the entire Cape Town and once again reaffirmed as one of the biggest rugby shows in South Africa. Who would have thought? I say it every week. We'll just keep rubbing it in. The esteemed Mr. Herman Abrams, hello stage.
Hi JP.
You look very happy?
Yes, it was a great weekend, so I'm quite happy.
You're quite happy, eh? Yeah. Bobby Joubert from Durbanville, how are you, Bob?
Fine, you.
Lekker, maar nice to have you here.
Thanks, JP.
And Sinitemba Zweni.
Hi, James.
Did I get it right?
Yes, of course you did.
Why do you have to get like the surname first and then the first name? Is that like
it's bound to education.
Bound to education. Yeah, I try to steer away from that because people often think Naude is... Anyway, we'll leave it at that. But it's French, all right? It's French. Don't attach that to nothing else. Let's start at the beginning tonight, folks. Of course, next week will be our final show. So this is our penultimate show this evening. And we're looking forward to hosting you next week. But next week on the 29th, it is, of course, that Kiddies Development program happening at the HBC. And we're still waiting for you, the clubs, to come to the party. Time for us to look at some of the clubs that have come to the party. Maybe I should make a list of the clubs who have not come to the party. Let's, Mr. H, how are we doing? Are the clubs coming in?
There's not enough space for those that didn't come to the party.
There's not enough space for those that didn't come to the party.
There's a lot of them.
But they will be the first to knock on your door next year and ask for money and balls and bags and everything, huh?
Well,
I mean,
they would say it's their democratic right to do so.
Is it really that difficult to... is this just a cultural thing that we have in South Africa, that we always beg, but we don't want to give? Because I get that feeling.
It could be. But yeah, as I see, a lot of clubs probably will hide behind, we're not operative now, everybody is busy with their own things, club is not functioning. But the club that's not functioning now, he will be caught fast asleep when the season starts.
But I don't buy that, because any club most of the clubs that I know of right now are looking at their administrative structures. They're meeting with their members for next year. They're planning their marketing and their budgets. I've had several clubs send me proposals and requests to help them with marketing and for TV next year. And some of the clubs have even started training already. So how can you tell me that the clubs are gone quiet?
That's the excuse that they use.
Bobby, are you guys busy at Durbanville, or are you taking a 6-month break?
No, we're taking it easy at this stage, but we come together on Wednesdays and play a bit of touch and just getting the guys together once a week. And
how many
have
guys
a gym
get
session.
together at touch?
We probably get about 30 guys there.
About 30 guys?
Yeah.
You think each guy could maybe bring a loaf of bread?
Well, then we can have a...
It wouldn't be that hard though,
yeah,
eh?
no,
Mr. H, I mean, that's all it takes, huh?
Yeah.
That's all it takes, a couple of guys. So folks, don't tell me you're not busy at the moment and that you haven't got the means to do it. A tin of beans, a toy, and once again, a massive thanks to the guys from Tata, Ivan Lindner and the boys from Rotary that put together already 700 toys. We had to, Mr. H, you had to bring the whole bucky.
Yes, one room was full of toys, I just looked at it today and I thought it was a fantastic effort from those guys that they put all those things together.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I don't even know, where they get it from, but it's there.
No, well, it's the Rotary, I think it's the Tigerberg Rotary organization that, together with Ivan Lindner from Tata, that have managed to do that. Yeah. So, anyway, why do you think it is that, in your opinion, why is it? Do you think the clubs go to sleep at this time of the year? Do we have a culture in this country of we just want, but we won't give?
Yeah, no, most definitely. I think it's easier. Yeah, it's easier to receive than actually give.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's only people with character that actually want to give and
only
actually end up doing.
Character. I like that. That's interesting. Why do you say that?
Well, because there's not much to gain when you give it.
Right.
So most people want to actually get something out of doing something. So.
So you only do if you're going to get back.
Do you understand? Most of the people think like that, and
do you think
people
that's
with
a bit of a
character
culture in South Africa, or is there a specific to us? Or?
Well, that is a possibility. Yeah.
I mean, but we've had a crappy history in this country. I mean,
Yeah.
we can't hide from that.
I know, most definitely. Yeah. And most of it, some people actually blame it on our history. So.
Well, Can't say we're far wrong there, though.
No,
You know.
understand.
Not to say that the rest of the world don't have the same kind of problems of us as we do. I'm pretty sure that they also have the same kind of challenges. Let's take a look at the clubs that have come to the party so far. Even though I'm a little bit negative on the clubs that haven't been supporting, well, we have had some good responses though. Belhar, top of the party there with 4,000 Rand. Milnerton still in there, just pipping Silurians with 50 bucks on 3,050, but Silurians are in the mix at 3,000 Rand. Primrose on 2,000 Rand. Collegians, fantastic support from Collegians, 2,000. Asler RFC with 2,000, well done to them. Asler Devco at least. Temperance with 1,000, Hamilton's with 1,000, Steve Kitzoff and Associates with 1,000, Cities Rugby Football Club with 500, Perseverance on 200. And there's absolutely no reason why you can't just give 20 Rand or 10 Rand or 5 Rand. Would be absolutely more than good enough. And then just some of the individuals, or at least just look at some of the individuals that have supported the project. Roy Jacobs, in his personal capacity, is coming to the party. Hamilton's Rugby Football Club, even though you saw them on the previous slide, through in 1,000, but more to come from Hammies. Kales River are in the mix, and SK Warmers, also a massive thanks to Monique Levy and the boys at SK Warmers who are supporting the cause. Now, let's just take a look at some of the companies that are supplying products for next week, Tuesday. Peninsula Beverages, those are the guys who make Coca-Cola and Powerade. Of course, Johnny Joubert and his squad of staff members at Peninsula Beverages who do such a great job there. Discovery, Bocomo, Dairy Bell, CTC Sports, folks. That's where you get your rugby jersey, Sasco, Maizo in the mix, and Simba chips. So that is absolutely fantastic. A nice scenario there, Mr. H. Quite a wide variety. You know what? If we look at the clubs, in actual fact, you've got more than 10% of the clubs that have come to the party there. That's not a bad response when it comes to club rugby.
Yeah, well, I suppose, you know, but I expected more to come to the party, definitely. And we couldn't, because it was too late, but I've heard one or two other companies late this afternoon saying that they would, you know, they're also coming on. And so, yeah, we're hopeful by next Wednesday it will be a fantastic.
I'm struggling to understand why I don't see some of the big name clubs there. Where is Marty's? Are they struggling for money? Is Marty's on the? Are they busy on? Are they going to liquidate soon? I mean, are they really like on the back foot financially? Is Marty's Stellenbosch, the mighty Stellenbosch University? Are you not in a position to give us 1 or 2 loaves of bread for the kids that are less fortunate? UCT, I was getting to UCT, I don't want to be discriminatory. I'm going to get to all universities actually. UCT, are you also in this financial unstable position that you're unable to contribute to the kids who would go and see their heroes at Western Province Rugby? Is UWC in the mix? Have we seen them?
No.
UWC?
No, he did say that they will bring a package.
So Meredith Davidson, UWC, and are actually above Marty's and UCT at this stage of the game.
Yes.
Okay, so...
sorry, we left out. I forgot that he actually on the show said.
That's right, he did say on the show, yes, yeah. But yeah. So interesting to see that UWC in this case are leading the race in the university space. I was out at UWC over the weekend, folks. Incidentally, they were working very hard for the Varsity Cup. We did some defensive skills out there, and I tell you, what a gees, and the guys are really in the mix, getting ready for that shield next year in the Varsity Cup. Let's look at some of the children's homes that are going to be coming next week. All right, so Alnur is out there, Lily Blom, St. Francis, Heatherdale, Margaret, the Durbanville Kinderhuis, SAS Children's House, Village of... at least the Children's Village, the SOS Village, House of Hope, and Salori Park. All right, so that's a fantastic situation there.
Can we talk to Durbanville?
Well, let's talk to Durbanville. We see you in the mix there. Sinitembo, I mean, let's get into this now. It's one of the reasons why you guys are on the show, is development and transformation. That's really what it's about. Yeah. I think many people in the past have seen Durbanville as well, possibly an elite club, a club that can afford a lot of things. But you guys are making a difference there, and you're making a difference by bringing the children from the rural areas to come and play at Durbanville. Tell us a little bit more about that program.
JP, what we do basically is we decided a long time ago, me and Bobs, that we actually want to give more so that we basically don't just be recognized or known as ex-rugby players.
Yeah.
So we basically started an academy or a foundation where we take kids from disadvantaged areas, namely for Santikau, we've got about 150 kids around there, where we gather them, we transport them, we feed them, we give them equipment and all that stuff, and we actually basically train them as well.
Yeah.
And we've registered them in the A2 league, school league.
The A2 league? What's that?
A2 school league. So they're playing into that league.
Okay.
Yeah, so basically, so they can get game time as well.
What about kit and things like that?
That's what we provide that as well.
How do you provide that?
Well, we look for sponsors.
See, what's important
we
here
spend
is
a lot of money.
that it's not, in this case, it's not just about the fantastic work that you guys are doing, but it's also about the fact that there are 89 other clubs who can learn from you. So I think it's, I mean, it's nice to share this kind of information. So I like to ask real practical questions.
Not a problem.
So people say like, yeah, we give them boots, but what does that mean? You know, like where do you get the boots? How much does it cost? Do you buy them? Do you get them sponsored? What does it mean?
Well, a portion comes from the Durbanville Rugby Club.
From the club itself?
So, yeah, the club itself.
Yeah.
I mean, they're supporting the whole structure. And then a portion we have to go back with a lot of companies, you know.
You go door knocking?
Of course, that's our job.
Is that what the two of you do? Bobby, gaan julle dikwels?
Yep.
Ja, ons gaan uit, ons kry sponsors, ons gaan sien.
Hoe doen julle dit?
Ons gaan besighede toe. Ons het 'n proposal en wat ons nou ook doen is ons educate die ouetjies.
Yeah.
We educate 15 guys.
Yeah.
We put through ETA structure. So then we've got a profile of 15 guys, say, and we go to businesses and we say, listen here, we've got 15 guys, help us, especially with these guys individually, and then they give 5,000 rand, they get
Mr. H, I
give money.
mean, we're busy with the social media, business seminars. This is the kind of stuff we're talking about.
Look, I went to the function last night.
Yeah.
Ik kan nog niet lekker van die function, hè, maar was hij maar nog uit.
Yeah.
Fantastic function.
Yes.
And one was to really thank the people there. You know.
Now, what function was this? This was at Durbanville.
Yeah, they had a fundraiser.
Yeah.
Like an auction. They raised, I don't know if they want me to say, but a few 100,000 rand. And there were only 100 people in that room.
Okay.
But they really opened their hearts to their cause. So one is quite happy to see what the people are doing in Durbanville. And if Durbanville can, you know, get their community to be part of them, everybody else must try and do that. Okay.
But now the thing is, I mean, guys like Zweeney and Bobby over here would be perfect to come to one of our social media and business seminars and give us a 15-minute talk of how they practically do it. When you decide, I mean, one of the key scenarios that we've got in Western Province Club Rugby is that we don't have door knockers. Because obviously it's very difficult for clubs to go out there like a business and go door knocking. So, you know, we need people to understand, like, how do you go door knocking? So, I mean, Bobby, how would you do that?
Well, in Durbanville, we're lucky, JP, because we've got a good structure supporting us. Business people, C2M, Durbanville Liquors, actually, you know, good structures, and like last night's function, there were only 100 people, but each gave $1,500, and we raised a few bucks for next year, you know, for development. So door knocking is easy for us because we've got the structure. We go to the same people every year.
How do you choose which businesses you want to go to?
Well, we actually know the guys from,
so it's a lot of,
they're at the club.
Okay, so they're at the club. And
so they're members at the club. They're actively involved in the club structures, so we go to them first.
Okay, all right. So that's quite important that you've got a network that you can.
They want to be affiliated with the club. So
right.
We don't actually go out there. They come to us, and then those are the guys we work with. So
then you get some money in, and they hand it over to you guys as a foundation. Yeah. How do you then allocate those funds?
James, what we do is we have a few coaches that are there. So we basically put money apart for salaries. Most of the companies that we actually go to, they don't give hard cash. We want equipment because we need to have equipment. We need to have clothing and stuff like that as well. You know, we need food to feed the kids as well.
Yeah.
So basically, not every company actually brings money into the organization, which, I mean, that's food we didn't have. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So whatever anyone can give, we go for it.
But now the difference though with Durbanville is that I mean, a lot of clubs don't have that sort of corporate support that you guys have got, and you've taken a few years to build those little huts around the field.
Yeah.
There's little Luisis,
Yeah.
so to speak. So you've got some companies already involved there in a network that you go to. But
basically, they involve with the club, okay?
Yeah.
Not necessarily with our organization. We still have to go to their doors and knock and tell them about our organization, what we do, and what we do.
What do you offer them? Because today charity doesn't happen anymore. I mean,
Most definitely.
You give them something back. What do you give them back?
Well, it's a Section 21 NPO. So I mean, there's a whole lot of things they get. I mean, fortunately for us, we work with C2M, which is a business solution company where
Karel Steenkamp
is involved there. Yes, so he's helping us a lot.
I mean, we're a Section 21 company. We don't get anything.
Well, you're not making it right.
You see, Cape Rugby and Cape Town TV, Section 21, and we can give you TV. So, is that what the corporates do? Is they allocate funds on the basis of their CSI budget?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's a good angle to follow.
And I mean, Jay, another thing is we just need to start it. You just need to start something. I mean, even if the biggest mistake that people do is they want to go and put papers on, proposals on the papers. This is what I need. Instead of creating an environment where I can come to you personally and say, listen, let's create a friendship before we actually start talking about what I need from you.
Yeah.
Let's create a platform where we are actually friends. I can get advice from you, and that's all you need to start with.
So a connection between the club and the company. A connection between the players and the company.
Yeah.
But under circumstances like that, you obviously need to have an effective administrative structure. Your administrative structure must be quite good if you want to be, as a club, go to a sponsor.
Yeah.
Definitely.
I mean, the paperwork must be right. You must have your players' details. You must have their database sorted out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, what do you guys do to make a success of that?
Well, that stuff's actually sorted out by the club. We've got a team at the club, full day. We're not like other clubs that open, only a few hours a day. We 8 to 5 business. So we've got guys working there full time doing that.
Yeah. Well, it sounds absolutely amazing. We're going to touch base with you guys more during the course of the show, find out about some of these practical implications about how it is that you raise funds. But Mr. H, for folks who want to come on board still for next week, let's just go through the itinerary for the day. What time does it start?
9 o'clock we'll start getting the kids there.
At the High Performance Centre?
At the High Performance Centre in Bellville.
Right.
And then, the players will come out and the players will...
And when you talk about the players, you're talking about the Stormers and the Springboks and the Western Province guys?
There.
All of the guys that are part of it.
They will come. They're normally busy, but they work in groups. So the one group that's off will come outside and come and assist the kids. And we'll have different stations where they do different kinds of games. We'll have jumping castles and all those things that we've spoken about already. Yeah. And we hope by 1 o'clock that we'll finish just about that time.
Okay.
Because a lot of those kids can't be out too long,
Yes, of course, the kids have to get home. There's support structures there as well. Yeah. One of the clubs that has been doing fantastic work during the course of the year has been St. George's. The accolades have been pouring in for St. George's. When I come back, we'll take a look at what... Right, folks, St. George's. Mr. H, you went out there over the weekend.
Yeah, I must say, I was there with the president, deputy president, vice president of the union. They all went out there because what happened there was quite a moving and an uplifting experience. So besides the church service, after the service, the club honored the families that were involved over the 70 years. And there were 46 families that received certificates to say thank you. And it was fantastic to see that they were all there. Now, 46 families is a lot of people that, involved. All different surnames and all different people.
Yeah, yeah.
And it was good to see all the old ex-players there. And all those, but I think for me it was, you know, even the reverend that, the lady that was preaching there, she knew a rugby better than most of us there. She could tell them all the things. But it was great to be at a function like that. And there we learned also that St. George's have, in the area where they operate, 4 soup kitchens every week at 4 different places. And on the 3rd of December, they will, for the 6th year, have 2,000 kids, not 200, 2,000 kids at the Christmas party.
On which date is that?
The 3rd of December.
3rd of December.
Yeah. So they are really...
Next week, Saturday.
Yeah, they're really reaching out, you know. I know.
And you see, here's the funny thing is, from time to time, we get people sending us photographs of their soup kitchens. But we know that was the only soup kitchen that they did in the year. You know, they just like, that's the one, and then they pretend like that's what they do all the time. St. George's, you say 4 soup kitchens every weekend?
Every week at 4 different places.
What do you guys do from a nutrition point of view for the kids? I mean, the kids, obviously underprivileged, the kids that have got nothing.
Yeah, they're underfed.
They are underfed. Yeah. You can't play rugby on an empty stomach. I mean, I was at the Western Province Sports Council this evening talking about this very same issue. Cape Town TV is fighting very hard for the rights of sports people to try and, which is why we're trying to get corporates to get sponsors for clubs. You can't play rugby on an empty stomach. And in fact, you can't study or go to school on an empty stomach. Any initiatives from a Durbanville side there, Senatemba?
No, not yet. Not yet. But we're definitely looking into it. We've actually started a couple of years ago. We actually tried to feed all the kids that we bring
when they're there.
When they're there, and try to make sure that they've got something to eat later as well. But that's costing a lot of money, and money that we really don't have. But as we say, I mean, we are talking to a few companies so that we can get a few bucks to be able to do that.
Yeah. But I mean, when you talk about food like that, Bobby, it doesn't have to be steak and cordon bleu food. We're talking about a couple of hot dogs or hamburgers.
Chips, basically Powerade, you know, stuff like that. It's difficult to give them good nutrition. 450 guys, you know, that's the difficult part. To give them a balanced meal.
And if you keep doing it, it builds up. It's a lot of money, actually. Very difficult. And you guys are trying to do it all the time. Mr. H is trying to do it once. But it looks like so far we're on the right track there. Hopefully the clubs out there will come to the party. As you can see, the club's jerseys that have come to the party, I think they're on the wall. I think these are many of the Primrose, yes. Belleville Tech? Belleville Tech in the mix? Roy Jacobs, thank you very much. Who's that? Elsie's.
They haven't really responded. But they're having their own thing.
Elsie's, of course, yes. We've got Perseverance over there. Hammy's is over there. Retreat, that would be...
Yeah, I haven't seen anything from it.
Someone please explain to me why Retreat's jersey is up here? Okay, that jersey will also okay, before I get into trouble with Retreat. No, we'll leave your jersey up for now, but you're going to come to the party. Folks, we are on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Cape Rugby TV. Let's take a look at some of those photographs now from the St. George's function. And it looks like it was once again a lot of fun. And there you see that great St. George's logo in the background. Miss Elizabeth Fortain with her daughters Ursula Roder, Irma Brown and Valerie Riffle. Of course, given a membership there, so congratulations to them. And old players at St. George's, many wouldn't recognize them. But Irvin October is over there. He's a legend himself. Mickey Fisher, Kurt Emmanuel, Johannes Kotze, and George Lappy Fisher. All the old legends of St. George's. Folks, it is, of course, coming up next week. It is the HFBC Sevens in George. All right, sorry, not George, and PE. I've got St. George's in the mind at the moment. It's going to be a lot of excitement. And if you want to win yourself a set of double tickets and a cookbook to not the cookbook to the Sevens, but a cookbook from the Springbok team called Springbok Kitchen, which are all the favorite recipes of the Springbok rugby team. All you need to do is tell me who are the 2 players on the front of the cookbook. We put them out last week, and just send us an SMS to 32010 with the keyword Cape Rugby TV and tell me in that who the 2 players are on that cookbook. All right, let's take a look at last week's winners that entered the competition. Remember, as I said, just SMS the word Cape Rugby TV and your answer to 32010. Congratulations to Nathan Braff, wins a set of double tickets to the Sevens at Nelson Mandela Bay next week on the 9th and 10th. And the players, of course, I suppose I can't tell people know who they are, but geez, like if you don't know who those 2 players are on that cookbook, then you've got serious rugby issues. But congratulations to Nathan Braff and Rita De Bruin. It is Sevens next week, Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. Paul Delport and the boys will be out there taking on some very fast-paced action. So we're looking forward to that. That's going to come up still a few times during the course of the show. We're looking for that. Prim News is in the mix. The guys from Primrose are doing a fantastic job with their newsletter. Mr. H, Primrose is out there. They're doing exactly what it is that we're teaching in the media process. They're starting with a newsletter. They're telling interesting stories.
And they're sending the newsletter out widely.
Yes.
So everybody, you know, sort of reads what is happening and knows what is happening at Primrose. And I must say that Nazim Karel, who's the editor.
Man kan jou dan pla, jong.
Ja, nee, hy hou nie op nie.
That's the kind of guy you want at your organization. Yeah. He doesn't.
He's been there for years.
A bulldog.
And it's quite interesting. You know, it's a high quality content that's in that. It's not, you know, this. I saw in there a letter from somebody that came to tour here as an under-13 player.
Yeah.
And he now played for France under 19 and under 21. So, but he remembers the hospitality at Primrose. And there's a very interesting article about is there still place for community clubs? And it makes it quite interesting reading.
Yeah. I mean, but that's what you want, is you want that database, you want that sort of content. Do you guys send out newsletters on your side?
Yeah, we do. We've got a website, obviously, that's up and running, and newsletters weekly. Weekly,
and how do you put that together? That sort of content? Is it people who write for you? Do you guys write it yourself? What type of content do you put in there, Sintemba?
Well, we've got people that are actually doing it, as Bobby mentioned earlier. We've got people at the office, and that's their jobs.
That's their job.
So yes.
They take photographs?
Yes, they do.
They take all that kind of, okay, so great information.
Yeah.
All right, okay, so it's important to constantly do that. I mean, that really is what we're doing, is we're trying to get all clubs to tell their fans, and that pushes from the bottom up as opposed to, of course, from the top down. Let's take a look at some of the other events coming up. As we said, LCS is doing their own function this year. That's on the 18th of December. Carols by candlelight, and as I said last week, that's not Carol singing under a candle. She's not arriving here on her own. Okay, that's all of you arriving with your candles and doing Christmas carols at the LCS River United Football Club. You're all invited. Bring your picnic basket, your chair, your blanket. Perseverance and the Wise Men of the East Christmas bands in attendance. But please understand one thing: do not arrive at LCS and expect April. Angela and April and the boys, or Michael Adonis, to put a sheep out there. All right, probably there will be no sheep out there. I've experienced this myself. Okay, daar gaan nie 'n skaap wees nie, mense. Okay, so you go out there, you'll get despondent, you'll get depressed, your hopes will go down, and you'll feel like I feel permanently now because I feel hurt and traumatized. It took me months of therapy to get over that. I'm still not over it because daar was 'n skaap daar nie en ek was die enigste skaap op die dag. But LCS River United is, of course, Carols by Candlelight, and what a fantastic occasion to get down there and have some real sort of community bonding. That's the other thing people are doing at the moment, community bonding. Yeah?
Great, and you know that Perseverance band is probably one of the best directed and coached bands.
They're not from Perseverance?
No.
Okay,
they're a large group of guys that really, really take their music serious.
Really?
They will lift the roofs of any building that they play in.
They're not
Fantastic.
part of They're not part of the former Buckle Belt Swingers Club?
No.
Tell us about the Buckle Belt Swingers Club.
No.
You're not going to tell me about the Buckle Belt. Is that the right name?
No, it was the Belgravia Buckle Belt Swingers in Bouncy Cup Society.
Okay, I'll leave it at that. That's a very long phrase. Sevens in George. Let's take a look to see what exactly is going to be happening up in Port Elizabeth. I keep saying George. Remember now, it's not George. You've got to go to PE. You go to George, there's going to be nothing there. Go further on, drive longer, all the way to PE. All right, let's take a look and see what's going to happen there next week, on the 9th and the 10th. It's the Sevens HSBC Championships.
Summer is here, and to celebrate, the beautiful Nelson Mandela Bay is hosting rugby's biggest party. The new home to the third round of the International HSBC Sevens World Series. This incredible rugby showpiece will be held on the 9th and 10th of December at the iconic Nelson Mandela Bay Stadium. SA Rugby brings you the HSBC Sevens World Series, rugby's biggest party. Catering for hardcore rugby fans, families, students, and party people locally and nationwide. This event promises to bring action-packed fun, music, entertainment, and rugby to the people of Nelson Mandela Bay. Whether you're a student, a parent, a rugby fanatic, or just a bunch of friends looking for something to help kickstart the holiday season. Events and activations include cheerleaders, beer girls, local musicians, and entertainers. As fanatical Seven supporters prepare to descend on the country's biggest party, ask yourself why you haven't already packed your sunscreen, slipped on your supporters' gear, and booked your ticket to the hottest festival South Africa has experienced yet.
Get out to the hottest festival there. Anyway. All right, so Sevens tournament, that's coming up on the 9th and 10th at Port Elizabeth. Make sure that you get down there. Right, folks. I was just about to congratulate my crew on what a fantastic job they've done during the course of the year, and then I realized that they didn't open with this big thing that I had this year, so but I'll thank them anyway. Congratulations to the Cape Rugby crew. You guys, I'm sure if I look off camera, you guys don't mind if I mention this. Clearly, it wasn't important enough for all of you guys for me to mention it first. I'm going to leave me mention it last. Congratulations then to the Cape Town TV crew. Guys, very well done there. You can see this was, and everybody's cheering and applauding the stage. Eh? What an award. Clan, Paul, Matt, boys, camera 2, the guys all in the mix. Monday, the guys downstairs, Michelle, Nick, Scully and Nick, and Sindile, and Annie. Of course, Annie wasn't part of this. This, folks, was given to us at the Western Province Sports Council Awards held on Friday night, where the various athletes and organizations were given recognition for service of excellence. So Cape Town TV and the Cape Rugby Show in the mix. Mr. H, we happy with this?
Yeah, extremely happy. It was great to see that, the work that is being done here is recognized. And although it is only one sport, normally the media covers lots of other sport and things. It was great that this came through.
Well, this sport, this one show has made a difference, a real difference in the lives of many, many people. I must say, congratulations to Mark Ward from the Sun, who walked away with the ultimate trophy of Sports Media of the Year. And the guys from the Sun are writing articles about community media, so that's great. But I'm very comfortable with the fact that we didn't just do media, we actually made an enormous difference in the world of rugby, and specifically moving in the direction of getting attention. I mean, look at Bobby and the guys, and Sinetemba. Tomorrow they're going to go to another corporate. Now they're going to have a TV clip to show them as well. Do you think this is going to get you some more?
I sure hope so. Yeah.
Some more boots?
That's credible, definitely.
Yeah. All right. Next time you wear those corporate CTM2 branding, huh?
No, Masibambana Sport Foundation.
Masibambana?
Sport Foundation.
Who's that?
That is us.
Is that your name?
Yeah.
That's our company's name, yes.
But you're sponsored by?
All a few other
A lot of
people.
guys. Yeah. Okay, you don't want to come out looking like a Formula One jacket. Once again, then, folks, it's been a great accolade to the guys at Cape Town TV and the crew that has done such an amazing job. But next week, in fact, we are up for the Sports Journalist of the Year Awards. All right, so we'll see our Cape Rugby show, how we do up there against the big dogs. This is in Cape Town, and even though our show is bigger than the big dogs, we'll see next week if they took that into account, okay? So I feel so sorry for all those big broadcasting corporations who get funded by the billionaires out there who have all that money. I really feel really sorry for them that they've got to come up against the giant Cape Rugby TV show. We're going to leave it at that. Let's take a look at SMSs, folks. You want to get yourself that free Club Rugby newsletter. All you need to do is SMS the word rugby to 32010 and your email address, and you can get yourself in the mix to win, or at least to get that free newsletter. SMS the word rugby and your email address, and we'll put you on the mailing list to win that prize, okay? Or at least not win that prize, but to get that newsletter. But those of you that want to see the award ceremony, we were out there on Friday night. As I said, we've got that certificate as the media award. But the Western Province Rugby team themselves and some of the players, as well as the Western Province Rugby Federation, recognized above every other federation as the Federation of the Year, which means that there's been some pretty good work done there. We spent the night there. We will still be airing the full award ceremony on Cape Town TV, but let's take a look at the rugby guys.
Coach of the Year 2010.
And the winner is Western Province Rugby, Alistair Kutsi.
The nominees, Mr. Titus will surely convey our congratulations to Alistair. The Federation of the Year.
And the winner for Federation of the Year is Western Province Rugby.
Mr. Titus, I hope you came with a 4x4. Eh? Ladies and gentlemen, our final award of the evening is the Sportsman of the Year. Western Province Rugby, Scott Burger.
Here's a man that you all know, and he is the Western Province's most promising sportsman of the year. Sia Khaleesi. Sia, my man, well done.
Thank you very much, sir.
You must be thrilled.
I'm very happy, sir. It feels good to be recognized.
A lot of hard work, eh?
Yeah, it's a lot of hard work, and I'm happy that it paid off.
Are you enjoying Cape Town?
I'm enjoying it a lot, and I'm hoping to stay here for long.
Well, we're hoping that you are going to stay. You are Western Province's most promising player, and hopefully that investment pays off, and we'll see a lot more from you in the future.
Of course, I will stay. As much as they want me here, I'll stay here, because this is where I want to play my rugby.
Joey, you won the award for the recognition of technical excellence. Hard work as a referee to stay technically excellent.
It's definitely JP. I mean, you've got to be on top of your game. You've got to be able to know the laws, and I think it was. I'm honoured to be able to be awarded this, because it means that obviously I am on top of my game, which I'm.
And obviously technically excellent.
And technically excellent. I'm very honoured and chuffed that Western Province gave me the opportunity to be here tonight and to get this. So I'm really chuffed.
Well, as I mentioned earlier on, it's been a special night for Western Province Rugby here at the Western Province Sports Council of the Year Awards. Well, Western Province walking away with some of those awards. Mr. H, of course, you must be absolutely thrilled, eh?
Yeah, especially if you think that there are 68 organizations that belong to this sports council, and we were in 9 categories, and out of the 9 categories we had all 9 in the final 3, and 5 of them won the awards. So yeah, it's a great achievement for Western Province.
It's been a fantastic evening. Some fantastic athletes and administrators have had accolades, but the man behind it is the new chairman of the Western Province Sports Council, Dave Roberts. Dave, fantastic night tonight.
It's been a really great evening to see the success of people, all the achievements that they've done, all the hard work that's gone in through the year. To see these people at the end of the year getting rewarded and honoured, it's fantastic. Tonight you've seen the nominees and you've seen those grand results. It's so wonderful to see different sports federations being recognised and honoured.
And getting an award like this, getting this type of recognition, obviously inspires those nominees and winners to go forward and continue doing this good work next year.
That's exactly what happens. When they get that certificate, they take it home. It encourages the family, those who got their trophies, the surrounding people, the whole talk, the whole vibe about it. It affects the communities that they've come from. It affects their colleagues, their players. It just takes things to a different level for everybody. So by honouring people, you actually increase the sport and it goes further.
Fantastic occasion, and of course, Western Province Rugby rolling away with the awards. Mr. H, Villages Fair Play of the Year.
Yeah, the Rian Loots Award.
The Rian Lutz Award. Tygerberg winning the Resilience a Year Award. What's that? For coming out of the underground?
Yes. Yeah, for a club that performs despite the circumstances surrounding them.
Difficult circumstances, and they're moving into that sponsorship space. All the best to Peter Jooste out there. Peter's, of course, just come out of hospital, having an operation, and don't tell people it's his hip because then they might think he's old. Ja, los hom uit. Now they're all ready for him. Alle mense wat Pieter oor die jare getackle het, is nou kry vir jou meneer. Peter Jooste, if you're out there, we hope you the best of recovery and you're back on your feet soon. Alistair Kitsia, Coach of the Year.
Yeah, that was, I think, a good call.
Good award, yeah. Obviously nice. Western Province, the big one. This is Western Province being the Federation of the Year.
Yeah, you must remember that there are 68 other federations that belong to the council. And everybody makes nominations.
When you say 60 other federations, you're talking about the Judo Federation, the Karate Federation, and so on.
All
I can understand Judo not getting anything because they just had the World Championships here, which is an Olympic sport and no one even knew about it.
Yeah.
So that's rather disappointing. The Judo guys out there, I suppose you've got a bit of work to do. But there were some other, so of course that's the whole point, is about how well you administer your organization.
Yes, and you must motivate. What did you do?
Yeah.
And how well did you do it? And all. So it's not just, that the things fall out of the air. They want to see what.
Was one of the things that you did you worked on your media, improving your media skills? Did you motivate?
I did motivate. Yes.
Motivate, folks. Media. That's what you need at your club. You need media. Okay, we're coming to see you. The next social media and business seminar coming up soon. I know many of you out there were in attendance at Sports Science. We'll make the announcement tomorrow. Keep an eye on your SMSs and email addresses, and we'll let you know that social media seminar will be within the next 2 weeks, and then we'll start moving into the business plan kind of stuff and the kind of benefits that you can give back to sponsors, so that you can give your sponsor some TV time, mentions on the website, Facebook, Twitter, all that kind of stuff. Skalkberger, Sportsman of the Year, that's the obvious choice.
Yeah, no, that had to be.
Had to be.
It had to be.
Yeah. Sio Khaleesi, most promising, another obvious choice.
He did exceptionally well.
What a player.
Nice personality and everything. It's great.
And Stormers were nominated for a team of the year.
Yep.
Look, they did fantastically well. I mean, didn't win the Super 15, but
they were there.
But they were there. They were up in the mix. And Joey Salmon won the Technical Excellence Award. And later on, maybe other next week, because I'm not quite sure if my fantastic crew managed to clip any of the bloopers from the set. But myself and Joey Salmon were trying to do an interview during the awards. And as much as I absolutely hate to say it, and I'll be prepared to put the sights on my head, all right, because somebody's going to probably want to shoot me for this, all right, the sights on my head. Let's take a look at myself and Joey.
Of course, this is what it's all about. It's about being excellent technically.
and that's, I mean, being excellent technically. Okay, let's try that again. You have to be technically excellent. Yes, of course, that little rolling the credits there is not part of being technically excellent. But myself and Joey Salmon took about 10 minutes to film that little section of where you have to be technically excellent, or excellent technically. But it was really fantastic to have Joey there. I couldn't believe that there's a referee out there with such a brilliant sense of humor. Obviously, Joey has that amazing ability to come across on the field as a great referee with technical excellence and nevertheless come off the field with a great smile. Of course, it's time for us to thank some of our sponsors. The very first one, we have to say thank you to the guys from Evox Advanced Nutrition. Evox has been bringing the nutrition to the guys at club level. I know they're working closely with UWC at the moment. They've supported and sponsored some of the other clubs, and you as a club rugby player are entitled to reduced rates. Now, if you have decent administrators at your clubs, they would have told you by now that you as a club rugby player are sponsored, or at least have the right to get sponsored products. Okay, so all you need to do if you want to win yourself, in this case, a 5-kilogram bucket of Mega Grow, which is a meal replacement that will last you about 6 weeks, pack on the pounds in the off season. Just tell us who is the official sports nutrition supplier to the DHL Stormers. SMS your answer to 32010 and your name. Last week's winner, and congratulations to Anwar Samsudin. Evox Advanced Nutrition, the official sports nutrition supplier to the DHL Stormers and Vodacom West, or at least not Vodacom Western Province, but the DHL Western Province rugby team. When we come back, we'll take a look at what's happening in the rest of the season, and don't forget, our boys from Colour Tone are well in the mix. Back in a mo. Tata Westenberg, Tata Paul, Ivan Lindner, that's the man you want to go and talk to. Check out those vehicles, fantastic. www.facebook.com/Cape Town, at least Cape Rugby TV. That's our Facebook address. You can address us any questions you want to throw forward to the panel, or you can find us on Twitter on @Cape Rugby TV. Very easy. Remember, we work on hashtags during the time that we're all together, and we put that hashtag into the Twitter messages, and that brings everybody together. So very important. John Naude, thank you for your comment on the Facebook page. John says, well done, JP and the team, and hope more to come. Yes, John, definitely. We're going to be with you guys early next year, so we'll start looking at Super Rugby and other rugby in Cape Town. We'll start looking at some of the Varsity Cup. The sooner we get sponsors on board, the sooner we're back in the mix with you. Wimpy Bossa, well, Wimpy is, of course, in a situation that one of the people who gets on Facebook quite a lot, in this case, is baie geluk met julle toekenning, Japes. Baie dankie, Wimpy. Thanks vir jou appel dat jy vir ons aanmoedig. En Sydney August, hello, JP. Awesome show as usual. Keep up the great work. There were lots of L's and O's in that message. www.facebook.com/Cape Rugby TV. We look forward to you being in the mix there. It's time for us to move to Colour Tone. Colour Tone, of course, are one of our suppliers that have supported us during the course of the year. Colour Tone paints. White line fever time, folks. This is what you need. The White Line Sports Line Field marker of choice. If you want to win yourself a White Line Fever sports hamper, courtesy of Colour Tone, all you need to do is SMS the word Colour Tone, COLORTONE, that's the American spelling. It's cheaper and shorter that way, to 32010. That's White Line Fever, and you could win yourself a Colour Tone Sports Line marker hamper. Just send that SMS Colour Tone to 32010. Last week's winner, Rocklands. Rocklands wins themselves a hamper courtesy of Colour Tone paints, available at your nearest hardware store. Colour Tone, the White Line Sports Line Field marker of choice, available at a hardware store nearest to you. Bobby, what's next for you guys now? Where do you guys go in terms of off-season for kids?
For kids, they're taking it easy now over Christmas, and
yeah.
We actually are doing a Christmas get-together for a creche, yeah, for Christmas, a local creche there. Doing some good work there, and then January, February we start again. The A2 Schools League kicks off, and we've got 150, maybe more kids joining this year, and we'll start in Feb.
Sinatemba, if you look back for Durbanville and the development work that you guys have done with these 150 kids, and I take it that these 150 kids are all passionate about rugby.
Not necessarily. Basically what we're trying to do, JP, we're empowering true sport. Okay, we're not really worried about how good the boy is. We're trying to empower kids through sport.
Right.
And what better way? You know what I'm trying to say? So
do they do that? Well,
they do play though.
They do play, and
yes.
do they enjoy playing rugby?
Well, I like to think so. Yes. Because they come back every time.
Do they keep coming back?
Yeah.
And do you think when obviously that's the whole point. Is vehicle is it's not it could for many people just be a stepping stone.
Yeah.
And used as a life skill.
Yeah.
And it's not necessarily the be all and end all of world. So you can start off with a bit of rugby and move on to other things if you have to.
Definitely.
And is that what it's about?
Yes, that's what it's about. That's why we're starting this whole ETA thing, where we want to educate them. We want them to walk out of there with a recognized qualification. We want actually them to have life skills. There's a whole lot of things we want them, that we want to do or give as kids. You know, we don't want to just train them and that's it.
So next year you might not necessarily have 150 kids. You might very well have a different 150 kids.
No, we have the same amount of kids.
Yeah.
We'll have a senior team that will be on under-19s, which is the kids that are out of school, that will be then doing the whole program, which is education, training, life skills, and all that stuff. Our little kids, we're going to be doing more mental and life skills with them.
Are your kids different races?
Yes.
You got any white kids there?
Yes, we do. Basically, Japes, we're trying to also bring these two different worlds together. We've got a lot of, Durbanville's got a lot of private schools. So what we did is we take these poor kids and these rich kids from these private schools and we bring them together. And it's amazing to see them play together.
I mean, I ask that question and people probably look at me and go like, how can he ask that question?
Yeah.
Do you get those sort of sensitivities where people are like, well, you know, we've got to consider these issues? Or do we just look at it all as rugby's rugby, kids are kids, they all just need to get together?
No, that's how we look at it.
Yeah.
I mean, we actually were skeptical about it in the beginning, you know, yeah. But I mean, it's amazing how these kids start caring for each other.
Yeah.
You know, and then that's the spirit. That's the true spirit of
Of course, a generation that weren't necessarily affected and don't actually know some of the history of what we're talking about.
Yeah, no, most definitely.
I mean,
most definitely.
Bobby, when you look at the kids and those are young kids who don't have gripes like me and Mr. H could. We should actually still be at war. Yeah. But when you get to we're at war.
Sometimes.
But the younger generation have moved on and they just want to have fun.
No, look, they're there for the game, for the sport, you know.
Yeah.
And they just have fun together. Black, white, rich, poor. They don't really see colour.
Mr. H, that seems to be a good point at the moment. Sorry, Bobby. I mean, that seems to be a good point at the moment. That, I mean, I might be wrong here. I know there's different people with different opinions, but today, it's not a question of, I mean, the biggest complaint, even though there were the other complaints about rugby, is in the past, rugby, there was a lot of people who said there's racism in rugby. We haven't heard a lot of that this year. What we heard more of is there's no money in rugby.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, is that...
I mean, you know, if you go back 10 or 15 years ago, every single case, DC case, was about racism.
Was about racism.
Yeah. Now it's
about money.
That's a poor referee should take the blame, you know.
Yes,
but look, racism will always be there, but it's not.
Well, let's hope not.
Yeah, no, but it's not. You know, people. There's lots of generations that must still go to get past this whole thing.
Yeah.
But it's not in the open.
Okay.
It's not there where people stand across one another and take one another on racial terms.
I mean, if we just look at the stats and the facts are that over the years you've seen the disciplinary committee racial charges have diminished completely. Yeah. Okay, so that's a positive.
Yeah, no, definitely.
Right. What were the highest disciplinary kind of infringements? High tackles.
Yeah, high tackles. Referee
swearing at the referee.
Yes, shame, man, the poor referee.
Poor referee. I know.
But like my friend Theo Klenan said, if it wasn't for the referees, there would have been no DC cases. They are the cause of all the DC cases.
Well,
because they send the people there.
We're going to have to work on it. Listen, just back to the Facebook. Skalk van der Merwe says, great show, guys. Thanks, Skalk. Nice to have you on board there. Joey Claster Solomon says, seriously, JP. Oh, it's Joey himself. Joey Solomon says, seriously, JP, I started laughing all over again. Thanks for the nice words. 100%, Joey. You're the one that made us laugh, and I think we might try and play out with that, with those bloopers once again. But that really is a wrap from us on the stage. Of course, we'll be filming at the Kiddies Party. We'll be back on air next week, and that'll be our last show. Yep. Bobby, to you and Sinitemba, very best of wishes to the guys at Durbanville. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, JP.
And we hope to maybe invite you guys out for a practical lesson on how to get it right.
Thank you. Looking forward.
Folks, we'd like to, of course, play that blooper again for you. Not sure if we can, but www.facebook.com/Cape Rugby TV. We'll see you guys next week, Wednesday. Don't forget, phone Herman Abrams at the Union to get some support for that kids' party. Bye-bye.
Of course, this is what it's all about. It's about being excellent technically.
and that's, I mean, being excellent technically. Okay, let's try that again. You have to be technically excellent. Excellent.